Jared Burns to the ring. Jared Burns.
And next up, we've got Jared Burns versus Jeramy Karshner.
I'm excited for
This is such a fun fight because you got two really heavy-handed guys. And Burns is a guy, he's a little tougher than you think he's going to be. He's a little faster than you think he's going to be. And he hits a lot harder than you expect him to. He's a guy that turned pro really fast. But we've seen him knock out Joel Baker, the outlawyer. We've seen he has stopping power. And it's really interesting to see Thorin coming out in the corner of Burns because that was his last opponent.
That's what I was going to say.
And, you know, I think he learned a lot from that fight. Thorin is such a skilled boxer. He almost played with him there. But Burns made it to the 4th round. That showed how tough he is. Always ready to fight. And I'll tell you this, he will fight anyone. He does not care.
And Jeramy is just strong. I've seen him fight a few times, and just a powerhouse.
Jeramy is a guy. Jeramy Karshner out of VO2 Fitness in Heath, Ohio. He's also training at Hilltop Boxing Club under Zane Fry, who's just started that gym. They've got a great group there.
Jeramy
Karshner joined along with Jessica Emmerich. Karshner started out his pro boxing career at 0-6. He's a guy who took fights against anybody, against the toughest guys, and came out there. He told me, I was looking to finish these people, then I'd gas and I'd lose. He's got that under control now. He's on a 5-fight win streak, and he's looking to even that record up. This is a big moment for him.
Look at him, coming in, singing, relax.
And he's coming out to some Elvis. You can't beat that.
And is it his wife, Jessica?
Jessica Emmerich.
And she's a fighter as well.
One of the toughest women you'll ever run across.
She had was it a TKO in her MMA fight?
Her last MMA fight, she lost by TKO, but before that, she got one of the most devastating knockouts I have ever seen.
That's the one I was thinking of, yep. You don't see too many female fighters, so...
You don't see many female fighters with that one-shot fight-ending ability like Jessica has. And she just made her pro debut in boxing and won.
Amazing.
Just last weekend, I believe. They're constantly active. Jeramy has children that are athletes as well. He jokingly said, we're going to compete this year to see who has the best year. His daughter's a great athlete. His son's an incredible wrestler and football player, about to sign to a college team. It's got to be a happy time in the Karshner household.
Husband and wife up there, it's just amazing.
Girlfriend, boyfriend.
Girlfriend, boyfriend?
They're not married yet.
You said yes.
Don't rush him.
Richland, West Virginia. He is a vet of 3 professional fights. He has 1 win by way of knockout. Jared, the Outlaw Burns.
You know, it's really interesting he's the outlaw because he knocked out the outlawyer.
And fighting out of the red corner, he fights out of Circleville, Ohio. He is a veteran of 10 professional bouts. He has 4 wins by way of knockout. Jeramy Karshner.
And here we go. I do not expect this to go the distance.
No way.
Karshner has a really big right hand, and so does Burns.
They both do. They both have very powerful right and left hands. We got
Scott Kuhn looking sharp in his bow tie.
Yeah. How'd he find it? I didn't think he could find one.
My dad.
He probably borrowed Billy Fox's.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, it's nice to see Scott back in there as a ref.
It is. Listen, he is that by far one of the best.
Oh, my God. Burns leaned back so far. He bit all the way onto that fence.
Speaking of Matrix.
I mean, literally, if that was a fishing lure, he'd have swallowed it whole.
To stay away from his hands.
Yeah.
That shows me he's making sure he's staying away
Burns
from
has got to
Jeramy's.
start getting active.
That's it.
That's
There
what
we
I
go.
told him to do. I was like, man, you've got a good overhand. Pop that jab and throw it.
This is going to be, somebody's going to get dropped. I feel it.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
can feel it.
Yeah, there's
They're
no way this
both
goes 4 rounds.
heavy-handed fighters.
Oh, my God.
But look at that. Eats it.
I'm telling
Eats
you,
it.
it's one of the.
And I knew Karshner would be looking for that overhand because he'll measure you out with his jab and 1-2.
Listen, Burns is
and then
country
look,
strong, man.
And Burns
is what
needs to
he's
watch for getting himself into the corner.
Big corn-fed,
there he
country
goes. He's
strong
pushing.
dude.
Yep.
made it 4 rounds with Thorne Hensley. We know he's not going to go away easy.
Absolutely.
But you see he's a little wide-eyed right now.
Still going.
He's throwing.
Oh, my God. He's
Little
got to
out of
quit
control.
running into
Little
stuff.
out of
He's hurt
control.
right there. He got hurt right there.
I think the rope hurt him, yeah.
He's running into stuff. Like he's coming straight forward and not using his hands to come in. He's using his face.
Karshner needs to lunge forward with a jab and
Burns needs to start throwing his left hand a
needs to
little
start
bit.
throwing his left.
But Burns told me before this fight, he said, I have broken my left hand so many times, I'm almost afraid to throw it.
Yeah, but he's at least got to throw it out like a jab.
I told him you got to
so he
flash
can
it.
follow.
Flash it
I
in his
think-
face. Let him at
If
least
all you
see
do
it.
is throw that
I
great
think-
big right, he's going to see it every time.
if Jeramy would
There he
pressure
was with it.
Burns, that would be it. I don't think Burns.
Nice jab there by Burns. He landed it.
And you know, Karshner's been
That
That's it.
overhand.
I'm telling you,
That
it's
was
going
a
to be
shot.
one power
That
punch.
was right down
That
the middle.
overhand is just money.
But you know, he's been working. He's in a great gym. He's got great
They both
coaches.
can take
so
hits.
he's
Here's the
probably,
problem.
he's probably working on his craft
Jared
too.
Burns does not know how to block that overhand. If you watch him, he just leans back.
And you know, when you block an overhand, what do? You open yourself up.
He
so it
doesn't
can be
even.
A bait shot
He doesn't
as
even
well.
know. That's why he turned pro so early. He's so raw. You see, he doesn't even know how to slip shots.
Right.
He's going backwards.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to do that. You want to go to the side to side.
Side to side. You've got to create angles, front and back.
Burns is
You've got to go
Burns
around.
is getting frustrated.
Yeah.
He's getting extremely. He's getting
And
angry.
it's hard not to be when you just don't have the tools.
That was
Right.
almost a money shot right there. He got him right.
It's like Burns never has any shortage of heart or will.
No.
It's just the technical ability that he
Nice
needs
combo.
to find.
That was a beautiful
Yeah, he's-
combo.
If he could find a
more than one
coach,
punch
that
together.
guy's a fighter.
yeah.
Kirshner putting a lot of good combos
Oh
together.
my God, beautiful jab. And it's just Burns is so
Burns
hittable.
just needs to try to slip. He needs to stay out of the line of fire, and he needs to slip that jab.
If he can't slip it, he needs to get his hands
He
up.
needs
People
I don't
say
know
that.
if
When
we've
I
talked
see
about
it.
it.
It used to drive me nuts, but when you talk to certain people, they're like,
I always
would
stand.
rather
don't like
And
sitting.
the reason I stand is
I get
because
cold
usually
sweats.
as soon as you hit that stool,
Yeah,
your
it's
legs
like,
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine.
Because your body's like, okay, I can rest now.
Right.
About a minute, the blood slows down.
Oh my God, beautiful check left hook from
Going to
Karshner.
those legs, yep.
And that's interesting because I've not seen that from him yet. I've seen a lot of jabs, and so now he's switching it.
I mean, Burns is really making
Oh,
sure
man.
to stay away. Oh, and that's what I was about to say.
Oh, beautiful shot to the body.
You got to protect yourself.
And you got to think, Burns broke his nose really badly in that last fight.
Yeah.
Burns is knocking
Maybe
himself off
that's-
balance.
that's
His
that.
feet.
If he gets cracked right solid
yeah.
on that
Yeah,
nose,
but,
it's not going to be good.
That's just that whole country
Burns
thing, man.
is
The guy-
squaring up really bad, and that's why he's
He's
getting
bad.
knocked off balance. Pop right there,
Yeah.
right here, square, square, square. You see how he's bending?
Well, you see,
That's a lot of-
he's almost falling forward when he
Yeah.
throws punches.
Yeah, he's
like
off
we talked
balance.
about that earlier. It's a really good thing to do to crash into your shots. Dempsey was great at it, but it's a terrible habit if you go too far
Oh,
forward.
That was a powerful body shot.
I had to actually break myself from doing that because I would do that. I would lean, and he's leaning and he's off balance because of it.
He's just squared up a lot, and he's being flat-footed when he is in there. And he's getting up on. Then he gets up
Well,
on
you
his
look
tippy
at
toes.
the difference between him and Karshner. You see Karshner, I hate to say it this way, but he's got his ass under him. He's sitting down on all his
Sitting.
shots.
When Burns comes in, he gets up on his tippy toes, and that's something you don't want to be. You
Well,
can just
it's like
push.
chicken legs. He's just all over the
Right.
place. He doesn't know how to
You've
have
got
that strong
to be grounded,
stance.
but you've got to be quick on your feet.
And as a coach, that's where it starts. That
Yes.
stance is where it all begins.
it comes from your legs a lot.
Big
of
power.
Together 3 punches right there.
Big
That's good.
power.
Got him again.
And he's landing at will.
Yeah.
That's
He's
getting-
landing
it's getting
at will.
Burns.
Yeah.
That body shot was
Burns
big.
is almost too tough for his own good sometimes, and it's hard to watch.
I mean, Jeramy's coming in with an overhand
See, look
right,
at him there.
and he's filling in with combos.
Big deep breath. He does not have the tools to win this fight, and he won't stop. That's hard. That's hard to watch.
It is tough. It really is.
You see it in his eyes, dude. The frustration.
And it looks like Jeramy's got him in the left eye. Maybe a stinger,
He's got a little black eye.
There, that didn't help.
He's still pounding it.
I would absolutely love to see Burns get a good coach.
That didn't help.
He's got to be willing to do it too, though.
like-
I don't know. I mean, obviously, he'll fight anybody.
He has something you can't teach.
I feel like
Burns has
Burns-
something you can't teach, and it's toughness,
Tough
and
as
it's will,
nails.
and it's he's not afraid of anybody.
Right.
But
But is he gonna
Karshner
go to a
here
gym
is
and
putting
train?
on a clinic, and it looks like he's going to continue this incredible streak.
That's it. He told us that's what he was doing.
Jab.
Keep the jabs.
Yeah. If Burns doesn't have a prayer, he can't get anywhere near.
I would love to see the statistics on this fight because I guarantee you that Karshner's landing with probably at least 75% of his shots.
I agree.
Oh, my Lord, that uppercut
And he's
really hurt him.
Throwing 5-6 times.
Oh, my God.
There it was, and he needs Jeramy's.
He's got to pour it on now
he's
because I
getting him
think
standing eight,
I think he has him hurt. And we do have a standing 8 count at pro in Kentucky.
Yes.
That's
And
it.
the fight is over.
It's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by TKO, 2 minutes, 57 seconds of the second round, fighting out of the red corner, Jeramy Karshner.
Jeramy for the win. Transitioning. He started out in MMA and transitioned to boxing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to Jeramy Karshner. It's 5-0 now, my friend. How does that feel?
It feels good. A long time of a lot of work. Transitioning to boxing was hard. Coming out and being patient. I didn't gas myself. I was a little tired. But, putting it together finally.
I said 5-0. I meant 5 in a row. You started off your career with a few setbacks, and here you are on this incredible streak. Where did you find that motivation?
I knew I was better than what I was showing. I'd go out and I'd win round 1, and then I'd embarrass myself from flat out gassing. When that happens, you got to take a look at yourself. And I wanted to come out. I wanted to change the narrative of my story.
You've been on such an inspirational journey. I know you're a family man. You're doing this to show your kids not to give up, to show people not to give up. So if you could talk to anybody and tell them how you feel about this, let's hear it.
All thanks goes to my kids. The time that they got to watch me leave to go to the gym, or if I'm gone late or run at 11 o'clock at night because it was a busy day, they're with me for it. And if it wasn't for them, I couldn't do it. And I want to thank Jessica Emmerich and Brian De Leon for, no matter what, they find a way to give me help. And that's what I need.
Ladies and gentlemen, the absolutely streak